5-minute call on behalf of the National Party, Parmjit Pamar.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's with great pleasure I take this call to support the Prime Minister's statement. Mr. Speaker, I would like to start by congratulating our Prime Minister for his strong commitment to New Zealand and for keep delivering what he promises to do. And Mr. Speaker, this year again, just like the last year, is going to be a great year under the leadership of the Right Honourable John Key. I'm saying it's going to be a great year because wages are rising faster than inflation. Mr. Speaker, in the last year, average wage grew by 3.1%. and inflation stayed at 0.1%. Mr. Speaker, my hands are not to any scale, but the difference is obvious, 3.1% versus 0.1%. Mr. Speaker, business confidence is high and there is strong activity in all sectors, including manufacturing sector. Mr. Speaker, we know we have come through significant challenges and we have stayed on top of our spending. That is evident from us receiving surplus for 2014-2015 year, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is a government that is a sensible manager of government's finances. But the opposition, Mr. Speaker, has started coming out with some irresponsible spending pledges. Mr. Speaker, their education policy shows that they lack fiscal understanding. They lack the understanding of what New Zealanders want, Mr. Speaker. I'm saying that is an irresponsible spending pledge, Mr. Speaker, because Kiwis don't need a reminder about the significant challenges that we have come through. And that's why, Mr. Speaker, this side, we are focusing on economy, we are focusing on growing our businesses so that they can invest more, they can create more jobs, create higher paying jobs so that we can continuously keep investing sensibly in different sectors. And Mr. Speaker, to support our economy, we need free trade agreements. Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement is in the best interest of New Zealand. And as the Prime Minister, the Right Honourable John Key keeps saying in very, very simple words, that we are a country of only 4.5 million people. Our businesses can't grow by just selling goods and services to each other. We need access to bigger markets. And Mr. Speaker, what has shocked me is the opposition's stand on Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement. It has shocked me that they are unable to comprehend the importance of Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement, even when explained in such simple words, Mr. Speaker. It's a pity, Mr. Speaker, that they don't see the importance of Trans-Pacific Partnership to our businesses and households. Mr. Speaker, this side...
It's always ironic to note that female members from the opposition always talk the loudest while a female member of the government's on her feet. I suggest the members take a breath and allow the member to complete his speech.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. Mr. Speaker, this side will continue to focus on getting free trade agreements. Mr. Speaker, we have finished...
Point of order, Claire Curran.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. I take offence to that remark.
The member may well take offence. The observation of the Speaker in respect of that, I don't believe is a matter that the member can take offence at. I look to the clerk. I'm sorry if the member has taken offence. I won't withdraw the comment. Point of order, Ian Lees-Galloway.
Mr. Speaker, I think this raises an interesting issue, and I appreciate the clerk's advice that there is no standing order relating to when a member takes offence to something that the Speaker has said. But I think we would appreciate on this side if you would perhaps give some thought to this and come back to with a ruling, because clearly a member has taken offence at a comment that you made in relating to interjections that were being made. There seems to be a gap in standing orders, and I think it would be helpful to the order of the House if we had some ruling on what members should do if the Speaker has caused offence.
Well, the member will be pleased to know that I have reflected on the time that he's been making his point of order, and in the spirit of cross-house collaboration, I'll withdraw and apologise. Parmjit Pamar.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on this side, we'll continue to focus on getting free trade agreements. We have achieved free trade agreement with Korea. We have started negotiations with EU. Mr. Speaker, now in the second year of our third term, as per the Prime Minister's statement, we'll continue to invest in our families and households. And Mr. Speaker, we are seeing results. Unemployment figures, Mr. Speaker, have dropped. 5.3% is an unemployment figure, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, there were 21,000 jobs created in the December quarter. 21,000 jobs in the December quarter, Mr. Speaker, carries a very important significance because people, after working for the whole year, people evaluate, analyze, and see if they want to take up another job, they want to change jobs. So 21,000 jobs in the December quarter is a very good news. There were 175,000 jobs created in the last 3 years. Mr. Speaker, to support that kind of growth, we need investment in our infrastructure. Especially in Auckland, Mr. Speaker, because Auckland is the largest commercial centre. And that's why the Prime Minister has already announced bringing forward the start date of City Rail Link. And Mr. Speaker, of course, we have our roads of national significance. Victoria Park Tunnel, Mr. Speaker, is a great tunnel, and riding through that tunnel is a great experience, and commuters there, Mr. Speaker, are saving a lot of time going through that tunnel, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, we have finished digging Waterview tunnels, and when the boring machine Alice finished boring, Mr. Speaker, those tunnels, I was there just next to Mount Roskill Electorate's boundary with our two ministers, Honourable Simon Bridges and Honourable Paul Goldsmith, and Mr. Speaker, I can tell you the excitement there was huge. So, Mr. Speaker, we'll continue to invest in our transport system, in our motorway system, to make it reliable, safe, and efficient. Mr. Speaker, we have accomplished a lot. Yet we will continue to invest more in our infrastructure in different sectors, Mr. Speaker. We'll continue to listen to the people of New Zealand. We'll continue to create opportunities for our current and future generations. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.